Hi guys, you are MMA UK News. Obviously myself, Stoomboy, as always, MMA UK BJJ show. So talking about SGI8. SGI8 is going to be Saturday the 9th of October, Maryhill Community Halls. Now, uh, so promises to be an absolute fantastic event from start to finish. Going to start with the quarter final of the 8-man tournament, the open weight tournament, and then obviously headlining with the final of that open weight tournament. It's going to be some fantastic matchups in between that as well. Some fantastic single matches, which obviously we're going to talk about one of them in just a second. So tickets, I can't stress this. Tickets are only available directly from Scottish Grappling on the Eventbrite page, purely because, again, it being a council building, the council are very, very strict when it comes to track and trace. So, unfortunately, there will be no tickets available at the door like there normally is. So, make sure you do get your tickets online, because if you turn up at the event, you will be sent packing. You will not be getting in the venue at all. So yeah, my next guest, Liam Sleigh. Liam Sleigh from CVA Jiu-Jitsu under Ben Fletcher. There's a couple of guys, I can't remember, I think there's two, maybe three guys from CVA. I think two, yourself and Jan.
Yeah.
So Liam's going to be up against a familiar face in Lewis Penny of DMMA. So again, two fantastic styles of jiu-jitsu that these young guys bring, and it's going to make for definitely an exciting matchup. Again, these guys trained together a few years ago for a couple of years, so they're very, very familiar with each other. Lewis was talking some shit yesterday, but again, it's to be expected. I'd say friendly banter between these two guys. So Liam, absolute pleasure to have you on, buddy. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, man. It's good to talk to you.
Yeah, listen, definitely. So, training. We spoke a little bit about just before we came live. How's it been back full time training or properly training again?
It's good. Like I was saying, I just can't quite believe it. It was like I didn't train at all over lockdown, just because like my job and stuff. I just didn't want to do it. So yeah, it's good to just actually get the gi on or no gi, and actually just consistently get back in the gym.
Yeah. And it's a fantastic gym as well. I mean, CVA over the last few years, or certainly before lockdown came, CVA was quickly rising to becoming one of the kind of top gyms in Scotland for competitions.
Yeah, no, it's. I knew like before I moved through here last March that I wanted to come and train here or train at CVA because I knew about guys like Jan who's on the next show and Enzo as well who had seen at competitions and stuff. And I knew Ben was a good coach as well. So yeah, and there's classes on all day, so you can always get a session if you miss one for any reason.
Definitely. We've got a couple of questions came in quickly. I don't know if there's somebody you know. Is it Merdad Jan Zamini? I'm probably saying that completely wrong, so apologies for that. So Liam lays pipe like a monster for sure.
I can neither confirm nor deny. I actually don't know who that is.
Right? Yeah. He's definitely a grappler. Looking at his picture, he's definitely a grappler. And then Jack Hammers like Kieran Lee from Brazzers. Again, I don't know. I don't know what that means at all. So, so definitely not somebody you know. Then not somebody you know at all.
I appreciate the comments.
Definitely. And then, so we were talking as well. I mean, competition for you just before before lockdown happened. I mean, you were out competing all the time.
Yeah, no. It's actually I was thinking about this. I think it's actually like 2 years since I last did a competition. Because it was like I think it was the Scottish Open, September 2019. So I remember I was still white belt at the time, so I did white belt in the gi, but because I had more no-gi experience, I went and did blue in no-gi, and got a bronze in that one. So I was quite happy with that to kind of step out of my division. So yeah, it's been too long, so I'm looking forward to.
Definitely. I mean, you did. I mean, no gi and gi. I mean, you took silver in the gi and bronze in the no gi. The
Yep.
bronze in the no gi as well. I mean, I think you lost by submission to Richard Wood, who is quite a high level purple belt now. Even at that time, I think he was kind of pushing on for purple belt as well. So,
Really
but yeah, and that was what, September.
Yep.
2019, 8th of September, the Scottish Cup. So yeah, just over a couple of years ago now since you've competed. So I mean, how are you feeling then about going back in to compete, getting back out there?
Excuse me, sorry. I'm excited actually. It's it's good to compete regularly, to get used to it. But I'm so glad that like we're back training and stuff now that I just can't wait to kind of see where my training's at, I suppose. And like I've never done like the SGI rule set before, so be good to see kind of if I can, I suppose, throw in some submission attempts and stuff like that. So yeah, it should be fun.
Definitely, and then one thing about you again, I mean, you do look for submissions. You're not a typical points player when it comes to, like say, local comps and stuff like that. Because I know that I'd spoke to Barry Monroe earlier today, and we spoke about kind of anybody that does like IBJJF rule set. Sometimes they look for specifically points. You'll have point players, whereas again, you like to go for submissions and attempt to submit your opponent.
Yeah, definitely, and I quite like at my first gym I trained at Cross Combat MMA in Edinburgh, which is unfortunately shut now. But we focused quite a lot on wrestling and kind of top position and passing. So even if I can't get the submission, just trying to keep passing, keep the pressure on. That's what I go for.
Definitely. And your opponent
Yeah,
coming in here, Lewis Penny, just saying not the best start to competing after 2 years off. Then,
what does he mean? Not the best start. Oh, well.
I think he's talking about having him as an opponent. So obviously you've been off for 2 years, and the first person you're going to come up against is Lewis Penny.
Oh well, he's a good challenge, but I'm quite confident I'll give him a good fight anyway. So.
Definitely. Listen, I love both of your styles. I mean, both of your styles are great. I'm fortunate I get to see, obviously, whenever you're doing like local comps in Scotland with me be referee, and I get to see kind of front line exactly how all these young guys coming through, how they're competing and things like that. So it's definitely a fight I'm looking forward to seeing. And then, what about you? I mean, how did you find out about? Obviously, you were going to be on SGI then.
Mm-hmm. So, would you believe Lewis messaged me to ask me if I wanted to have a match against him? Because we'd kind of talked a wee bit about it before I moved away from Dundee. It'd be quite cool to have a match just because we'd trained so much together and talked a wee bit of shit back and forth and stuff. So yeah, he as soon as it was announced, he gave me a message and I was like, yeah, sounds good to me. I'm up for it. So yeah.
Nice. And as we said, it's friendly banter. It's friendly banter. So not like MMA where you get two guys who'll go back and forward. Like it's not like Conor McGregor and fucking anybody that Conor McGregor fights. It's always friendly banter when it comes to jiu-jitsu.
Yeah. Lewis's bark is worse than his bite. He's all
Nice. And then, I mean, going forward for you then. So obviously, as we mentioned, obviously you always love to compete. You're always out there. You always put yourself on the line. I mean, what's your visions going forward? So obviously we've got SGI coming. What is it you want to do going forward?
So regardless of the result, in a couple of weeks' time, I'd really love to kind of do some more sub-only shows. I think it just allows you to kind of open up your jiu-jitsu game a wee bit more. There's a wrestling club here in Edinburgh that we've been struggling to get space to train indoors. But if I could do a bit of competition in wrestling, that'd be awesome as well. And Europeans would be good next year, actually. I've never done that before, but I think that'd be an awesome experience as well.
Europeans is always fantastic. I mean, obviously, I remember my first time going over to Europeans and just seeing the amount of people and the noise and just awesome venue as well. So, yeah, I mean, that's something I always, whenever I speak to anybody and they talk about the Europeans, I always say, look, you definitely need to get out there. I mean, it's cheap enough as well. I mean, you could, think you can fly from Edinburgh for about 60 or 70 quid, Ryanair. So, and then best thing to do is people always make a mistake and get hotels. Nah, man, get an Airbnb. Airbnb. I mean, we got an Airbnb. It ended up we were there for about a week, and it cost, I think, 6 of us about 70 quid each for the week. So all in all, we spent about 150 quid for a week in Portugal, a week in Lisbon, which it's not bad. In January in Lisbon's like pretty much the weather in Scotland at the moment. It's, do you know what I mean? It's not too bad. This is tops off weather. We can go out sunbathe in this weather.
Exactly. No, that'd be awesome then. And I know like Ben and Jan have been out to Europeans before, so hopefully get a good group of us to head out.
Yeah. And that's one thing as well. Everybody in Scotland, we always get behind, regardless of gyms and stuff like that. There's obviously no politics in jiu-jitsu in Scotland, as you know. So we always love to get behind anybody that's going out from Scotland and getting the results put up on the jiu-jitsu community page. So we always love it. So and then obviously with training at CVA, I mean, you mentioned Jan's similar weight to yourself?
He's a wee bit bigger, like I think I'm about 63, 64. Jan's about 66, 67, I think.
Yeah.
I suppose a light to train with. So yeah, always get good rounds with him. He's way better than me, but yeah, good round.
Jan's in regards to competitions, I mean, Jan's probably one of the most decorated guys in Scotland at the moment. I mean, he's been everywhere. He's done everything, and do you know what I mean? He's just continuing to grow. So, is it important for you to have somebody like Jan kind of in the gym, or not just Jan, but obviously the other people with a bit more experience than yourself?
Yeah, I think so. There's quite a lot of bigger guys, so I'm pretty used to as a smaller person, just getting smashed by big people all the time. But yeah, there's Jan. I mean, there's Josh Doctor as well, who I used to train with in cross combat. He had a really good win a few weeks ago, actually, purple belt no gi. So yeah, he's quite wrestling heavy, so we always get good. And then Ben as well, of course, is really good to train with. He's quite good at matching your level. So yeah, always get good rounds at training, regardless of who's there, really.
Nice. And then what about you then? Anybody you want to shout out to? So obviously friends, family members, teammates, anybody apart from Lewis?
Yeah, anyone apart from Lewis. I suppose I've only been training at CVA for a few months, so I guess just shout out to them for kind of welcoming me. Chamber 37 in Bathgate as well. I head through there to train quite frequently. They're a really, really good gym, so I suppose thanks to them for welcoming me too. And Dundee MMA, because they've taught me a lot as well. So yeah.
Definitely. Well, listen, absolute pleasure to have you on, Liam. So Liam Sleigh, CVA Jiu-Jitsu, up against Lewis Penny. Lewis the bad guy Penny. So Lewis Penny of DMMA. This is going to be a great fight. I mean, these two young guys, I mean, the lighter guys always put on an exciting show. As I say, they do some crazy stuff. We've seen Lewis previously on SGI doing some mad stuff. So I'm looking forward to this one. This is going to be an exciting one to watch. So guys, SGI8. I was about to say 9 there, but on SGI8, Maryhill Community Halls, Saturday the 9th of October. Doors open 5 o'clock, so make sure you're in there and getting your seats. First fight kicks off, as I said, 5:45. So Liam Sleigh, CVA, Lewis Penny, DMMA. Absolute pleasure, Liam, to have you on.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man. Good to talk.
Not a problem. Listen, I'll see you on the 9th. So I'll be there anyway. So hopefully, I'll be interviewing all the winners. So hopefully we get a chance to speak to yourself.
Oh yeah, hopefully speak to you then.
Nice one. Have a good one, brother.
You
stay
too.
safe, all right?
Cheers, man. See you later.
Take it easy.